Hey everybody, it's Joy Packard. How are you guys doing? It's a beautiful, beautiful Sunday. We just got back from church and I'm going to be taking my afternoon nap soon, but I thought I would say a quick hello. Had an awesome day and wanted to share a thought with you today as we had some people talking about this in church, and so I thought I would share it with you. And you know, that saying about, we were talking today in one of our classes about, what can we do on Sundays to make them a little bit different than the rest of the days of the week. And one of the things that we were discussing in our little discussions with the groups, the smaller groups, is to, I guess, disconnect. And what I mean by that, I remember, was it 2 or 3 years ago, we went to a family reunion for the Packards, and it was out in the country, and it was in a place where we used to live. It was kind of near that area in East Texas, and it was interesting because we were in cabins, everybody was in cabins, and your phone didn't always work, and so you didn't always have signal, and basically you had to do without your phone, basically. Do without computers, do without your phones, enjoy nature, go and journal, enjoy the woods. It was awesome to some extent. I know that most of us who are used to having technology all the time, it was really, really hard, right? It's hard to disconnect sometimes. So whenever we are rushing through our day, through our week, every single week, we are always like, I guess doing our business, doing different things, and we are always on our phone, we're always on our computers, and we're always with technology, right? And so one of the challenges today when we were talking about this at church and one of the classes was to, basically put your phone down for a while, put your computers down for a while, and get back to the physical books, maybe get back to journaling, get back to doing some of those things that require you to not be always looking at your phone. And, I know that's hard. It's very difficult for me because on my phone I have my schedule, I have my calendar, I have, my life on my phone. I have my notes, of what I need to be doing and such. And so I know it's very difficult. Even in church now, you can have your scriptures on your phone. You can have the lessons on your phone. So it's really hard. So one of the things that we were talking about today in class is, what are some of the ways that you can disconnect and be more present? And one of the ways that I was suggesting is, in our notifications, there is a way to turn off your notifications. You can do a do not disturb in your settings. I usually do this. I forgot to do it before this live video, but whenever you have that on, then you don't have distractions. You don't have notifications that you made a sale on eBay or on Amazon or on all these, garage sale or whatever that you're doing. You don't have notifications through a text or things like that. Well, your text might come through, but anyway, like when you open your phone and you're trying to say, read your scriptures, or you're trying to do whatever, and you have your notifications coming through, what happens is it distracts us. It takes us away from the content that we're trying to do at hand, right? We're trying to disconnect. And so when I think about that time that we were in the woods, when we were at that family reunion, or when I was in Dominican Republic 2 or 3 or 4 years ago, I can't remember anymore. I think it was 3 years ago. And when we were at the Dominican, I was at a women's retreat, and I remember that there were several times where the internet wasn't working, and I had to do without my computer, do without my phone. And actually, whenever, I was there for about 5 or 6 days, and after a while, the first few days when that was happening, I remember freaking out. I was like, okay, my phone's not working, the internet's not working, whatever. And then on about the 3rd or 4th day, I started thinking, you know what? It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to not have my phone going off all the time, with texts and with phone calls and emails and all these different things that happen. And it was really nice for a short time, off and on, the spurts that the internet went out. It was kind of cool because it's like, oh, well then now what do I do? And so, I went out to the beach and I wrote in my journal. and I did more meditating, and I did more physical books, like picked up physical books, picked up my physical journal and wrote. And I remember some of those times being some of the most spiritual, or some of the most, I guess, times where I'm able to do some really big soul searching, right? And so even if it's, I know, like I say, it's very hard for some of us because we're attached to our phones. I admit it, I am too. I have a lot of stuff that I have on my phones, like I say, in so many ways. But, like on Sundays, it's a good time if you could start by, even just, let's just say you say an hour. I'm just going to put my phone down. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to turn it on silent, and I'm not going to pick it up. And I'm not going to get on my computer for at least an hour. And then maybe the next week you can increase it to 2 hours. And eventually it might be kind of cool. I know it might be impossible for me as well as you to put away our phones and computers for a complete day. To go like maybe on Sunday and just say, you know what? Today I'm just going to put my phone down from 9 in the morning until 6 at night and see what happens. And it's interesting because, when I was growing up, we didn't have phones. We had beepers. My parents had beepers, and we had bag phones, and we had, some of these things. And so what did? We played outside more. We read more books. We went to the library. We had conversations face to face and not texting whenever we're just in the other room. I know that happens. It happens in my house. We text each other when we're even just, they're upstairs and I'm down here. And so I guess I'm just trying to encourage to be present in the moment. Be present in the moment, meaning like be there. How it's like sometimes when you're talking to somebody and you're having a conversation, and basically whenever you're talking to them, I'm sure this has happened. It happens to most of us where they start looking away when you're talking, and you're kind of like, are you really listening to what I'm saying? And being married to a Packards, this is like one of their pet peeves is like if someone's singing or someone's speaking, you give them your undivided attention, right? And you are present in the moment. And it's so important, to do that and everything. Like when you're having a conversation with somebody, look them in the eye, really listen with your whole heart, with your whole intent to what they're saying. And so it will change your life when you do that, when you start disconnecting. We have so much, technology today is amazing. It is. It's connected us with people in so many amazing ways. And at the same time, it can be detrimental if we let it be. And so I guess on, today being Sunday, encouraging you guys to be present in the moment when you're spending time with your kids, and to take some time away from your electronics and, computers, and, take a break from working. On Sundays, I try to not work. I try to stay away from my Amazon business. It's hard sometimes because I'm like, I have some time, but take some time. Take some time away from what you do on an everyday basis and spend time, with your family, with your journal, with your physical books, with your scriptures, with soul searching, with woods, sitting out by the pool, listening to the waterfall, writing letters, calling your loved ones. There's so many things that we can do without our phones and computers. And I know, like I say, technology is amazing in a lot of ways, and I'm grateful for it. I am. But I'm just saying, like, it's really good to take some time to be present in the moment. So anyway, I hope that things are going well for you guys. I hope you're having an amazing weekend. It's so gorgeous outside. It's like 75 degrees or something. So thanks, Jacob. Thanks for all your comments. And yeah, that's awesome to be able to do that. So anyway, you guys take care. Have an amazing rest of your Sunday. And I hope that you, can take some of this and use it. You can turn on the live notifications at the top or above the comments so that when we come live, you will be notified. And feel free to share this video, and hopefully you implement to be more present and to turn off some of your technology for a period of time so that you can become more present in the moment. So take care. Before I forget, this will probably be a topic on my podcast. So those of you who are unaware or have not downloaded my podcast, it is called Joy Reveals. It's on iTunes. If you are on an Android phone, it's on an app called Stitcher. Pretty soon we'll be expanding to more podcast platforms such as Podbean and Spotify, SoundCloud, all those cool things, but right now, right now we are on iTunes, like I say, and Stitcher on the Android app. So I hope this has helped you in some way. I hope you're having an awesome Sunday, spending time with your family, and I'm going to go take my awesome Sunday nap, and then I'm going to do exactly what I'm talking about right here. And I'm going to write my son a letter. He's on a mission, serving in Uruguay, so Sundays are the day to do that, spend time with family, and do some preparation for the upcoming week. I'm actually going to China on Thursday for the China trip, taking 40 people up there. It's going to be so awesome. Anyway, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. You guys take care. I will talk to you so soon. Bye.